Hey viewers, welcome to VL Astrology. Once again, I'm Vanita Lenka, I'm a Vedic astrologer, and today I'm going to be discussing week 19 of the year 2026. And this starts from the 4th until the 10th of May. So, how is it going to be impacting all the 12 signs? Ascendant, moon, or Dasha sign wise predictions will be there for you guys. But before that, I would be interested to share with you my insights that what exactly is happening this week. Basically, the week is based on moon's ingress and interaction with all the grahas one by one and all the signs it is ingressing because moon is the swiftest. And when moon is interacting with other grahas and moon is going to be impacting our mind also, and with other planets when it is interacting, it will definitely be impacting all the other areas of life as well. How you perceive it, how you take it, that is up to you. And definitely these are all generic readings when I speak about the weeklies, monthlies, or the yearlies, as a matter of fact. So when we talk about or discuss all this, so we have to first of all make the base your natal chart. Suppose there is a promise or a commitment in your natal chart of a particular event, definitely it will happen when the dasha is conducive and favorable. And to top it all, if at all you have anything to do with the transit, that comes towards the end. So if there is a job promise in your chart, it will happen only when the dasha is conducive and favorable, first of all. Marriage, childbirth, relationship, anything, XYZ areas of life. And the general readings will definitely be because we all have some sign or the other, or we have some sign getting activated in our horoscope as well. But it is only 50 to 60% when these generic predictions, when we talk about match up. But for sure, you have to make your natal chart your base. And if at all you make the dasha sign your first house, it will be better to understand the planetary positions and the ingress of moon and the interaction of all the planets one by one. Now, this is one information. The other information is that the time zone. I use India, New Delhi time, and whenever moon is ingressing in a particular zone, and you can change your time as per your time zone as well, plus minus from India. Third is that when we talk about the moon's ingress, which is very important to see where moon is transitioning a particular week. If it is your ChandraAshtama, you have to be really careful, and that is why the 4 warnings. So moon this week is going to be debilitated to start with and then moves into Sagittarius and Capricorn. Okay. So see where your moon is transitioning from which sign to which sign and where it is transiting. So 4, 8, 12 houses are not considered to be that favorable for moon's ingress. So you might feel a little uneasy in those areas depending on your personal chart. Again, I would say the intensity will vary. Okay. And I do cover the festivals and the transits, other transits which are happening. Suppose Mars is going to be looking at Jupiter this week, exact degrees, 4th aspect. Mercury is going to be entering the Bharani Nakshatra from Ashwini and is combust also. And we have Agni Nakshatram, which is going to be from the 4th to the 28th of May. So I'll be explaining a little bit about all these things, all these transits, and then I'll be moving on to the 12 sign reading. So let's start with I'll just share with you the screen and I'll show you what's happening this week. I hope I'm audible. These are all live sessions. Please help me with this, that you all can see me, you all can hear me. I'll really appreciate. There are few people who are here. But none of you have told me till now whether you can see me and all. Anyhow, so moon is going to be transitioning from the Scorpio to Sagittarius to Capricorn this week. So from the 4th to the 10th May I'm covering. So 4th to the 5th afternoon is going to be in the Scorpio sign, which is the sign of debility and is going to be opposite Venus. And this is where, you might just be feeling everybody will be feeling, because it's a debilitation sign. So emotionally intense period. Okay. And then moves into the 9th sign. So this is belief and direction from the 5th afternoon to the 7th May, and it's going to be here opposite Jupiter, aspected by Saturn in trine to Ketu, and also Sun and Mercury from Aries also. In the Capricorn sign, it is from the 8th to the 10th afternoon, and it's practical discipline when we talk about. So you will be working on your relationship, on your work, on these 2 days, and this is also in trine to Venus, and is going to be also from moon. Third house has Saturn, the ruler of Capricorn also. So practical discipline, definitely. Mercury is combust in Aries and will be moving from Ashwini to Bharani this week. So this is from the till the 7th of May. It is in Ashwini, and then from 7th to the 13th of May, it's going to be in Bharani Nakshatra. So when it is in the Bharani Nakshatra, this makes speech quick, decisions impulsive, and thinking fiery. So Ashwini gives speed and new ideas. Bharani brings consequence, responsibility, and emotional weight. Mars is going to be aspecting, can you see here? I've marked it also. Mars is going to be looking at Jupiter at the exact degrees around 5th and the 6th of May, and this gives ambition, courage, expansion, and drive, but also overconfidence, ideological clashes, risky financial moves, and impatient decisions. So you need to be really calm during this time. Use your wisdom, and courage is good, bold decision making is good, but not to that extent that you are overconfident and make some impulsive wrong decisions and impatience. Okay. Now, Mercury and Ketu will be in exact trine, you can see. So this is where, you will be feeling that you are going to be feeling the detaching energies. Oh, after a long time, Annapurna. Hi, how are you? Yes, I've made a short video on Agni Nakshatram. Please do watch that. So Mercury and Ketu will be at exact trine to each other. And this is like, this may bring sharp intuition, spiritual insight, detachment in communication, because Ketu is a detaching energy any which ways. So it gives sudden realizations also misunderstandings if people speak too bluntly. And as I said, it's Agni Nakshatram from 4th May to 28th May. Now, what is Agni Nakshatram? Agni Nakshatram is where, the peak heat phase. It's as per the Tamil calendar, this is where, solar energy becomes very intense, heat wave in India especially, or most of the part of the world. So spiritually, it is a time for restraint, cooling practices, water charity, and inner purification. And traditionally, people avoid major auspicious beginnings like marriage ceremonies, housewarming, property rituals, major construction launches, or even the builders don't construct during this time. So it's a better phase for discipline, charity, hydration, prayer, and respecting nature's heat cycle, offering water, buttermilk, panagam, and panagam is jaggery water, fruits, cooling drinks. That is considered to be very auspicious, especially if you have sun in your natal chart or moon in your natal chart in Bharani, Kritika, or Rohini. You must be doing some kind of charity, water charity, please. Okay. And you should water the sun god also in the morning. That is the Arghya. Okay. So these are the, the kind of week that we are heading to, week 18 already. Sorry, it is week 19. Let me correct this. Week 19, sorry. Okay. So this is from 4 to the 10th. Okay. So let's start with the readings. As you know, I'm going to be doing the readings as per the ascendant, moon, and the Dasha sign wise. Okay. So we know moon is going to be for you, Aries, in your 8th, 9th, and 10th houses. So 8th house, is of hidden transformation and dharma and guidance, and career responsibility is the key theme for you guys. So this is a karmic week to start with. There's a strong influence of Jupiter also this week. So and Mercury is in your first house, is combust also, and is going to be in trine to Ketu as well. So your body, speech, confidence, decision making, and professional direction all need careful handling. Also, Sun is in your first house, exalted, so definitely very positive for you guys. 8th house is the house of hidden matters. So 4th to the 5th afternoon, you have to be a little careful about your emotional mood swings, intensity can be there. You may feel little stressed out, and any which ways, ChandraAshtama is considered to be a little uneasy phase also. So you may feel suspicious, you may feel tired, you may feel mentally heavy during this, transit. So, since Moon is opposite, Venus also, when we talk about Venus is in its own zone. So, this is like, relationship and money matters become very sensitive. You might just get some unearned income also, maybe inheritance, tax. See, whenever 8th house, if is sudden loss, sudden gain, it is only because somebody, suppose, passes on, and then you get the insurance money, or, you pay earn that much and you pay taxes. So all that is the 8th house energy, but it is also about intensity, in physical relationship also. So the good side is that the hidden truths may become visible. You will get that clarity also during this time. This is an excellent time for research work, astrology, healing, occult sciences, therapy, tax review, insurance matters, and understanding emotional patterns also. So, but it can give you anxiety, fear, expenses, trust issues, or health sensitivity also. So, watch your reproductive health, piles, urinary issues, digestion on the 4th and the 5th. So don't eat heavy foods. It can bring about inflammation, anxiety, or some sleep related symptoms you can have. Don't ignore hidden symptoms, I would request you. Seek the help and advice of the doctor. Financially, joint money, loans, taxes, insurance, inheritance, spouses, finances, or hidden expenses may come up. Avoid risky investments. Career wise, this is not a good time to take any action. If you want to leave the job, if you want to join another one, of course, joining another one is a good idea, but this might just bring about some aggressive action. So be careful, because Moon is debilitated and you tend to make wrong decisions. And better for strategy, research, and private planning. And relationship wise, there can be trust issues or intimacy may surface. Avoid emotional interrogation during this time. And if you're married, so partner may be dealing with stress during this time. So don't assume distance, that this person doesn't love me. Okay. Now, singles, attraction to intense or mysterious people is quite likely, because your 4th lord is transiting your 8th house also. So, but clarity is low. So don't make hasty decision or jump into it that, yes, I want to get married to this person, or I want to start a new relationship with this person. All that you have to be a little careful about. Watch digestion of your pets also. And less direct focus regards to children, but your mood can affect children. So be careful. And good for reviewing documents in case you want to, for litigation, etc., but not impulsive confrontation. Powerful for mantra, inner healing, and letting go. It is good for spiritual progress also. Then 5th afternoon to the 7th of May, Moon is going to be in Sagittarius sign, right opposite Jupiter, in trine to Ketu, in trine to Mercury and Sun also. So this is a relief phase, because after the 8th house, now it is getting better for you, and better, in fact, okay. Because it is opposing Jupiter also being the ruler of your 9th house. So this brings guidance, wisdom, travel, spiritual insight, and desire to understand the larger meaning or larger picture you'll be looking at. Saturn is also aspecting here, so this gives you seriousness in relationship also, but it gives some health issues to your father, guru, etc. also. So be careful. Ketu is also in trine, so this brings detachment from the old belief systems. Okay, and career wise, you will see the long term direction, because this is 12th from the 10th house. So you need to be really careful about your reputation, about your progress at the place of work also. Discuss everything carefully and clearly before getting into any kind of argument, etc., during this time period from 5th afternoon to the 7th. And also some foreign links, advisory work, consulting, teaching, certification, training program, publishing, all these themes are also getting activated. Important discussions or realizations with your guru, father, mentor can be there. Avoid ego in belief related matters. Saturn is also looking here, so be more cautious and be more serious in your talks as well. It should not be a casual talking, And for students, it's a very positive time period for higher studies, because Saturn is aspecting from the 12th house. So this is good for long distance travels, education, PR related, document related work, or education planning, and pilgrimage also. Maybe visa thinking and check paperwork due to Mercury's combustion also. But Okay. And it's good for higher studies, law, management, scriptures, astrology, and competitive planning. And definitely very good for planning your speculative income, also how you have to invest, where to invest. So this week you can do that as well, but don't jump into it without having the clarity. And of course, couples may discuss future direction also if you're solo. So this might just be the day when you will be meeting someone very important and very significant. Mercury and Ketu are in trine also, exact degrees. So there can be sudden insight through mantra, meditation, or silence. So this is what, and then moon moves into your, by the time you're thinking all of that, moon moves into your 10th house. Now 10th house, it is from the 8th to the 10th afternoon. That is by the end of this week. So this is a career focused and practical move. Now moon is in trine to Venus also, not to forget here. So this is going to support diplomacy, public charm. But from moon, Rahu is in the second house and Saturn in the third, so it indicates strong speech, effort, and pressure also at the place of work. Maybe there are back-to-back meetings. You are on you're holidaying or you are on leave and you have to work. Still, you have to work. So important phase for meeting, responsibilities, performance, bosses, government-related work, job applications, interviews, public image, professional decisions. So this is a good time for that. If you are jobless, you're good for applying. Maybe some network may just click through networking, and approaching seniors is also a good idea. Be professional, avoid impulsive speech at the place of work. If you are a homemaker, responsibility increases. You may feel you are managing everything alone. So try to delegate things, because I know there are, especially in India, there is a big time issue of the house help and the drivers and the other people, who are working for you, the subordinates, the ones who are house helps types, in that category. So this is going to be little uneasy time period for you guys. So for the homemakers especially. So just try to delegate, tell your family members to support you, if at all you're taking all the responsibility yourself. So there, with the government, with the authorities, there is a possible interaction, and keep documentation clear. And there can be some career linked money which is going to improve, but avoid risky investments during this time, or maybe emotional investments. Okay. And emotional investments is that somebody is already doing it and says, oh, you do it as well, so you just get carried away. Oh, that person is making money, let me do it. Okay. So avoid all of that. And mother and father figures, authority, they become very important and significant during this time. Something very relevant will happen. Good for making decisions regards to your property, practical planning, not emotional purchase. And 4th to the 28th May, we have Agni, Agni Nakshatram also. So that is where the anger, heat, and inflammation, impatience, acidity, ego, over exertion happens. So avoid starting more major spiritual rituals or housewarming or purchase of property during this time especially. Otherwise, and keep yourself hydrated, everyone, because this is very it is good for inner purification, but it's a heat wave time also. And also knees, bones, blood pressure, headaches, inflammation, these need care. And it's you should not purchase out of emotions anything during this week especially. Okay. Mercury is combust in the Aries sign in your first house, so this is like going to be making you very reactive or restless, or maybe from Ashwini to Bharani makes mind moves from quick impulsive to consequence. So good side is that bold ideas and communication, self-expression, learning, interviews, content creation, these may activate. But impulsive speech, arguments, and wrong assumptions, ego-driven decisions might also trigger. And Mars is going to be aspecting Jupiter exact degrees on the 5th and the 6th of May. So this is like, this is the time, when your communication, media, writing, travels, teaching, skill building will activate also. Maybe foreign travels, courage, content, effort, initiative, all these will be positive for you. But at the same time, don't use harsh words or overconfidence also. Sibling disagreements can happen, reckless travels can happen. So plan everything well, so you are good to go. And I repeat that avoid starting any major auspicious rituals like marriage, housewarming, etc., because we have Agni Nakshatram when Sun is transiting through the Venus and Sun and Moon's nakshatras. When it moves into Moon's nakshatra, it's going to be a little better. But still, you must avoid any kind of auspicious tasks if possible. If possible. Okay. And try to donate something, like water charity, Arghya to Surya, and use it for discipline, hydration, and charity and inner purification. So review your hidden finances well, and also professionally, act in career matters. Don't speculate aggressively, and offer water and cooling drinks to others, and don't ignore health symptoms this week. Hanuman Chalisa, water to Surya, Om Mangalaya Namaha chants are very good for you. And avoid late night arguments, especially, and right before responding, avoid heat and overwork. And definitely it is a positive week for you. After the 5th afternoon, you will start feeling that things have started to become better, and success depends on controlling speech, heat, and impulsive decisions for you guys. Okay, coming to the next one, that is Taurus. So for Taurus, Moon is going to be transiting your 7th, 8th, and 9th houses this week. So relationships to transformation to wisdom and direction. This week is important because Venus, your Lagnesh, is in the first house. So this is definitely, and Moon is to start with from the 4th to the 5th afternoon, right opposite this Venus also. So relationship, body, self-worth, and emotional security are strongly triggered. So 7th house is marriage, partnership, clients, public dealing. So Moon is debilitated here, by the way, I must tell you, if you don't know. Debilitated is the peak of the lowest point, actually, So here, thankfully, Venus is in the first house, so it is trying to balance things also. So you may feel pulled between your own needs and the partner's emotions. So the good side is that relationship truth becomes visible. You can understand what needs healing in marriage, committed partnership, business partnership, or client dealings. But the challenging side is that you can be very emotional, possessive, insecure. There can be some jealousy, misunderstanding that can come up, or sudden distance in relationship. Doesn't mean that it is going to be only spousal relationship or only romantic relationship. It's about all sorts of relationship with your inner circle. Okay. That is why it is called the detrimental sign, because first house is self and right opposite is the where you quit your karma with. So the people who are in your own vicinity, they will be the 7th house people. So this is the window where, you should avoid emotional testing, and a serious conversation may arise. Be honest but calm in relationship, and if you're single, attraction may be possible, but emotional intensity can cloud judgment. So please don't make decisions impulsively or emotionally. Stay practical, and things will definitely fall in place. As regards to your business, client or partner expectations need clarity. Put things in writing. Okay, no verbal commitments. In finances, money through partner or business may fluctuate. Shared financial discussions possible. And health-wise, reproductive health must be taken care of. Hormones, lower abdomen region, kidneys, emotional eating or anxiety. As regards to your pets, this is the time when you should maybe, don't neglect them. They need care. Okay, because this is the second house from your 6th. So it is definitely leading to some health issues to your pets. And in relationship also, there can be some litigation, if you are married, or there can be some partnership related disputes on this day, especially, on the 4th and till the 5th afternoon. So don't make decisions at least till the 7th of May, I would suggest. Okay. And as regards to, I forgot to give you the dates, Aries. Okay, never mind. So 4th to the 5th of May, this is the time when you can maybe discussing something to do with your finances with your partner. In your relationship, you're very much into the budget planning also. 6th to the 8th this week, This might just be the time of travel. Maybe you're going to be meeting someone significant on this day, PR, visa, etc. if you want to. 9th and the 10th is the time when you should be, you're very emotional about your family, you're connected to your people, or maybe you will be purchasing something on this day, some ornaments or maybe clothes or maybe a vehicle, change also. So when moon is in your 8th house, that is on the 5th afternoon to the 7th of May. Now this is the time when moon is going to be right opposite Jupiter. It's going to be in trine to Ketu and also Sun and Mercury. So this brings focus on family, money, shared resources, taxes, insurance, debts, and deeper psychological patterns. This triggers, and Saturn is also aspecting, not to forget. So this brings in seriousness, and there can be sudden insights also because of Ketu in the trine also. So very important for taxes, loans, debt planning, inheritance, insurance, spouses' money, and joint assets. Avoid speculation on these 2 dates, and better for research, audit analysis if you're into these kind of career and in these kind of works. So it is good for healing work, astrology, finance, law, taxation. And also in relationship, trust and vulnerability becomes very important. And hidden inflammation, digestion, reproductive system, stress, fatigue, these can come up as well. So depending on your natal chart, of course, the intensity varies. Good for research, psychology, occult, investigation, deep study. Just try to fix it on your horoscope, see what areas of life are getting activated. Strong for letting go and karmic insight. Do remember, whenever there's ChandraAshtama, you do feel very uneasy on these days, so you should not make any major important decisions, and not ideal to for rushed travels, or for letting go something which is some kind of hidden agenda, if you have or somebody else has it, may come into limelight. It's a good time for retreat. It's good for spiritual pursuits also. Okay, then moon lastly will be in your 9th house in the Capricorn sign from 8th to the 10th. So this is where it's a relief phase, in fact, because 7th house debility, 8th house not good, so you will feel a little better. And Venus is also your Lagnesh in trine, so this is going to help you regain stability, faith, and practical wisdom. Long-term planning improves, and on the career front, good for higher learning, training, certification program, consulting, mentoring, teaching, strategic decision making. So this is a very positive time period for you guys. And of course, good for long distance planning, pilgrimage, visa, PR, documentation review. Important guidance is possible, maybe from your mentor, guru, father life figures. But this is also from the 10th the 12th house transit, so you need to take care of your reputation at the place of work. Don't get into that argumentative mode. Okay, be practical, good for long term planning and ethical decision making also. And also in your relationship, maturity improves. Maturity actually can give you that kind of discussion in a matured and a very refined manner, and you will definitely decide what are your couple plans for the future. If you're all you're solo, so this might just bring that kind of a mature partner in your life you'll be really getting attracted to, or you might just propose that person also. It is a good time for higher studies, education, discipline learning. Ex relationship might just trigger also. So grounded spiritual practice works well on this day. Mercury is combust in your chart till the 23rd of May in your 12th house. So this can bring hidden worries, sleep disturbance, foreign communication expenses, private planning, but it is good for spiritual study also, research, foreign work, behind the scenes strategy. Okay, and stop the late night overthinking habits, and stop nail biting, and emotional messages and hidden expenses can come up. Mars is also going to be aspecting your Jupiter from the 11th house to the 2nd, very positive for money matters, and this will energize your money, your financial initiatives, and family decisions also. There will be courage to earn, you'll be wiser now, and you will definitely be getting into the mode of family decision making. Something very important you'll be deciding during this week regards to your money matters, how you can upgrade yourself, how you can do some kind of financial upgradation, how you can, maybe a sidekick you're going to be thinking about. Arguments over money should be avoided this week, especially when Mars is on the 5th and the 6th May, exactly looking at this Jupiter. Impulsive spending, risky financial advice, avoid. Okay. And this can make your speech also a little blunt, because it's looking at the 8th house lord Jupiter also. But it's very good, positive for your money matters, I must tell you. Also, you must understand there is an Agni Nakshatram from the 4th to the 28th of May. Now, this is a very positive and a very powerful window, because Venus is strong, so comfort seeking may increase, but Agni Nakshatra asks for restraint. Avoid excessive food, luxury, heat exposure, and impulsive purchases. Any kind of major ceremonies like marriage, home, housewarming, laying the foundation, construction, building, or maybe property rituals. Ketu's as it is in your Leo sign. So these are, this is a heat period, peak heat period, when solar energy is very, very powerful. And Sun is in Bharani, Kritika, and the first part of Rohini at times also. And this time it is. So you must avoid, and if at all you have any of the grahas here, you must do the charity, water charity for sure. Speak calmly in marriage, review your joint finances this week, and use your wisdom and travel planning this week when moon is in your 9th house. Also offer water or cooling drinks to the needy, to the ones who are working in the open and under the sun. And don't speculate, don't overspend and on comfort, I would say, and don't ignore partner's concerns also. Recite Om Shukraya Namah, strengthen your Venus, offer white flowers, donate water, buttermilk, pray to Goddess Lakshmi and Shiva for emotional stability. And or maybe we can say practical remedies are cooling diet, relationship journaling, financial review, avoid late night emotional talks. So Taurus this week, test your relationship and shared finances first, and then guides you towards maturity and dharma. And stability comes when you choose calmness over emotional reaction. Okay, so this is what the week looks like for you guys. Coming to the next one, that is Gemini. For Gemini natives, your this week starts from 4th to the 10th and 4th to the 15th. For 5th afternoon, moon is going to be in your 6th. 5th to the 7th May, it's going to be in Sagittarius, your 7th house. And lastly, 8th to the 10th afternoon in your 8th house in your Capricorn sign. So this week flows health and work, relationship, and then transformation. Your ruler Mercury is combust. So if you have a weak Mercury in your chart, so this is a good transit for you. I must tell you, it's minus plus. It's going to be moving from Ashwini to Bharani. So your mind is active but impatient. Jupiter in Gemini is receiving Mars aspect on the 5th and the 6th exact aspect. So making you confident but slightly overcharged in energy is also. To start with, on the 4th to the 5th afternoon, moon is going to be in your 6th house. 6th house is about work, your health, your litigations, debts, pets. So we see all this from the 6th house. So moon is debilitated here. So this can bring about some work stress, but a very productive time period. And it can give you health sensitivity, but it can also help you tackle all the problems also. And workload may increase. Co-workers may be sensitive or reactive. Avoid politics. Digestion, anxiety, reproductive system inflammation, sleep and stress need care during this time. Fix a routine that you have to do this during this time. And and also, it is a good time for strategy, laying foundation in litigation, etc. Not emotional confrontation, especially during this time. Strongly watch pets, food, digestion, and routine. And also it is good for competitive exam, discipline, for student natives, avoid panic. But it's going to give you that competitive success when it is the 6th house transit of moon. Also, work stress may spill into your love life also. It can get impacted. Okay. 7th house is the house of marriage when moon is going to be in Sagittarius from 5th afternoon to the 7th of May. Now, this is about marriage, partnership, clients, moon is opposite Jupiter, thankfully. So this is a big time saving grace for the ones who are waiting for getting married or proposing someone or fixing marriage. I would suggest 4 to the 28th May. If you don't get married, it's better, because definitely depends on your personal chart also, so many things depend on that. But still, it's not considered to be an auspicious time period, because we have Agni Nakshatram of Sun's ingress in that zone. So this can bring important conversations, public dealings, business negotiations, or emotional reflection through others when moon is in your 7th house. So partner becomes central, good for honest discussions, but avoid preaching. Also, singles can get attracted, and maybe through learning, travel, online space, or social contact, they might meet someone, the significant one. Business wise, it's good for clients and contracts, and Mercury is combust, so make sure that you check each and every detail. And partnership money may be discussed. Client facing roles may benefit because of your moon in the Kendra, okay, being the ruler of your 2nd house. So balance stress, don't overextend during this time. And then moon moves into your 8th house. Now 8th house is hidden matters, joint finances, taxes, transformation. It is from 8th to the 10th. So this is the time when you might just feel a little uneasy and restless. It's ChandraAshtama after all. Everybody has to go through the 4, 8, 12 moon. So this is like, your it is, thankfully Venus is right there, in your Trine to this moon also. So this helps some practical support. But 8th house themes remain sensitive when moon is here. And also it is, what else is there? No other planet is looking here. So this can bring about taxes, insurance, loans, inheritance, joint funds, spouses, money, themes in finances, hidden fatigue, reproductive health, joints, anxiety, chronic issues may surface. So make sure that you're taking care of your body pains, etc., and you're rested well. And there can be some trust issues, so avoid suspicion. And it's good for research, audit, confidential work, psychology, and also astrology. Deep research is favored for the student natives if you are into PhD, etc. So this definitely is going to be very positive. Excellent for meditation and karmic release. Mercury is combust in your 11th house, and being the ruler of your Lagnesh is combust if it is not weak in your chart, of course. So this activates gains, friends, social media, elder siblings, and long-term desires. So good for income opportunities, collaborations, but there can be some false promises from your side or someone else, which can really, dishearten you. So something that you have to be careful about, and impulsive group decisions should be avoided as well. Some misunderstandings with friends can happen because of your communication. You wanted to say something, they misunderstand you. Mars is also going to be looking from the 10th house to the 1st, this Jupiter. So this gives you confidence, energy, ambition, visibility also. Mars is Digbali here. So this is good for initiative, courage, leadership, and teaching. But at the same time, when Mars looks at the 1st house, any which way is Jupiter in the 1st house is like I'm the god kind of a feeling. So overconfidence, arguments, physical strain, impulsive decision making happens when Mars is looking at this Jupiter. So I would suggest that on the Agni Nakshatram time period from the 4th to the 4th to the 28th of May. Now this is like, this period asks you to regulate your nervous heat. Too much of screen time, scattered actions, arguments, travel fatigue, these things should be monitored. And also avoid auspicious beginnings, like use this time for learning, discipline, service, hydration, and mental purification. So do handle health routines well. Communicate carefully in relationship, verify all financial and legal documents this week, use networks wisely. And also hydrate and cool the nervous system. Don't overpromise, don't overcommit, don't speculate through friends, and also don't ignore pets' health. Okay? And also don't take too much caffeine or heaty spicy foods also. So Om Buddhaya Namaha, Om Ganganapataye Namo Namaha chants are very good. Donate green moong, lentils, stationery, read Vishnu Sahasranamam, offer water to the sun god or the people who are working in the open sky and heat. offer them water, sweet water, anything that you can, and also do some breath work, cooling foods, written checklists. No impulsive messages, reduce screen overstimulation, please. Okay, so this week ask you to correct health first, and then handle relationship wisely, and then face deeper financial and emotional truths with maturity. Okay, coming to the next one, that is Cancer. So for Cancer natives, this week Moon is going to be transiting your 5th, 6th and 7th houses. On the 4th to the 5th afternoon, it's going to be the 5th house, that is children, romance and emotions, to health, work and duties, relationship and partnerships towards the end. So Moon in Scorpio for Cancer is debilitated, okay, and Lagnesh is debilitated. So this means that since Moon is your Lagna Lord, this can make you very emotionally sensitive, especially regarding your children, love life, creativity, education and emotional validation. Don't make impulsive decision on this day. I don't like to be in this relationship, I need to break away from this person. These things you should not make a impulsive decision, okay. And the good side is that you become very intuitive. Your intuition becomes very deep on this day, during this time period especially. So you may understand what your heart truly wants. This is also good for research, mantra, astrology, psychology, healing and creative work that comes from emotional depth. Okay. And also emotional depth, yes. So the challenging side is overthinking, possessiveness. This is the house of intellect also. This can bring about possessiveness in love, overthinking, fear about children, some insecurity, oh, my children should be well, that kind of thing. Emotional ups and downs, or worry about studies or conception or future plans. You're thinking too much. Children may need emotional support during this time. Avoid harshness or overprotection, overbearing. Good for deep learning if you're a student, good for revision, but emotional pressure can disturb concentration. Okay, and also strong feelings in romance, but also insecurity. So avoid testing the other person, and emotional. Don't have emotional expectations in your relationships, also in your committed relationships. Speak honestly, not dramatically. Stay calm. If you really want to conceive, stay calm. Do not fear dominate. Okay, do not let fear dominate, sorry. And there has to be emotional balance and health routine if you are going in for some kind of conception plans, okay, or some treatment. Not ideal for speculation. Debilitated moon in the 5th house can create emotional risk taking, so don't get carried away. Also, digestion, hormone, reproductive health, acidity, anxiety, sleep, all these need care when it is in the 5th house of yours, that is 4th to the 5th afternoon. And also pets may respond to your emotional state, so take care, keep the routine very steady for yourself and your pets also. Okay, and also this is very strong for mantra siddhi. It's said that you can take diksha from your guru, and you can recite the mantras. Keep your routine steady. Okay, and you can worship goddess Devi, Durga or Shiv Bhakti. Then moon moves into your 6th house on the 5th afternoon to the 7th in the Sagittarius sign. So this is the house of health, disease, work, debts, litigation, service. Now moon moving into the 6th house is a practical correction phase. You have been into the entertainment mode, now you are going to be in the correction mode, or maybe you are going to be very practical about your work, and you're going to be very pressured at the place of work, or you're in the problem solving mode. So the good side is that you can fix routines, handle work, clear pending duties, face competition and organize health matters. If you have been dealing something related to diet, medicine, exercise, debt, loan or legal work, this transit pushes you to act now. Okay, the challenging side is stress. How to manage stress, overwork, arguments with co-workers. Try to work in a team, as a team. Ketu is also there, so don't pick up any kind of arguments during this time, or political, don't get into that political angle, so avoid. So things will definitely be better for you. And also, this is the time when you have to be really on the mode of exercise. Also, you must do some kind of exercise, take care of your medication, okay? And if you have been delaying something related to your diet, loan, legal, so this is like going to actually push you to act now. No procrastination. So, stress, overwork, arguments with the co-workers, digestive issues, inflammatory problems, or emotional irritation is quite likely, either or. So, take good care of your health during this time, and workload may increase. Co-workers may be demanding, and there can be some kind of, you know, authoritative issues, maybe egoistical, they can become. So this is something you have to handle. Also handle authority respectfully, I would say. Sun is in Aries. This gives pressure because Aries is your 10th house also. But Mars is your yoga karagraha, remember. I'll come to that in a bit. But yes, good for application during this week. And when Moon is in your 6th house, you may revise your resume and contacting people, and but don't rush documents, I would suggest. Very important to watch your digestion, liver, acidity, inflammation, blood pressure, sleep, anxiety, and food discipline. Take breaks. If you're a homemaker, especially, you may feel that you're serving everyone, so take breaks. There's a lot of responsibility that you're handling any which way. It's good for preparation if you're thinking of litigation, etc., lawyer consultation and strategy, not emotional confrontation this week. 6th house also relates to pets, so watch their food, digestion, and energy. And also for students, this is a good time, good for discipline preparation, and very good for getting the success also in the examination. Okay, relationship wise, there can be some work related stress which you're bringing from home to work, from work to home. So that is something you have to be careful about. Don't carry office irritation in your personal peace. Okay, not a good thing to do, of course. Stay focused if you are a student native, I repeat. Okay, also Moon moves into your 7th house on the 8th till the 10th. Now, 7th house brings focus to the spouse, committed relationship, business partnership, clients, contracts, public image, reputation. You wear new clothes, you have some party to go to, or maybe you're taking your family out for dinner, because Moon is in trine to Venus also. So this softens the relationship and gives mature conversations also, and relationship can stabilize after emotional and work pressure of earlier days. So you can just, spend time with your family, your partner, your relations. You may be able to talk practically about future responsibilities and finances and partnership planning. But the challenging side is because Moon is in a dry sign of Saturn, so this can make you serious also, or dry also, or emotionally detached also. Maybe you can't express yourself when Moon is in the Capricorn sign. Partner may feel distance, so you have to prove yourself, that you are available. So that is one thing, and good for serious discussions, but avoid coldness. And in relationship, practical decisions can be made. If you are in a committed relationship, singles attraction may be towards mature, stable, or professional people. Okay. As regards to your business during this time, good for structured agreements and client work when Moon is going to be here. Okay. So some kind of writing will be taking place. Maybe you are going to be doing some kind of documentation on this day, delegating the tasks, and public dealings and client relationship matters will be discussed also. As regards to your finances, money through partnership, clients, and agreements can improve, but slowly, because it is the Capricorn sign. Travel with partner or business may be discussed, or maybe you will be having some expectations in the family also. Knees, bones, dryness, digestion, emotional fatigue need care. As it is, we are having Mercury, which is your 12th and your 3rd lord, which is compassed in the 10th house. So this can, and also it is entering from Ashwini to Bharani. So professional communication must be handled very carefully. Sun is also there in your 10th house, by the way. So, new work ideas, career strategy, leadership presentations, applications, interviews, all these are the themes which are going to trigger and which are positive. At the same time, miscommunication with boss, impulsive emails, also ego in professional discussions is possible. So write everything carefully and document everything and speak respectfully and check details. Mercury is also going to be in exact trine to Ketu this week, and that's happening on the 6th of May. So this connects your career and speech and family values. In trine, if you see 159, trine is getting active. So you may suddenly realize what to say professionally to others and what not to say to your colleagues and to your bosses. It can help with spiritual clarity and detachment from family pressure, but also this one can make the speech blunt. So that is something you have to be careful about. Sometimes bluntness is required, but at times, people can't take it. Jupiter is going to be in exact aspect of Mars from the 9th house. So this is going to activate your foreign lands in case you are thinking of, or because the Yogkara Graha is going to be aspecting this Jupiter, no? So this is definitely very positive for you guys in case you want to go to the foreign lands, or maybe you want to purchase some property, or maybe for work related trips you will be making to the foreign land or to some other place, nearby places. Also domestic travels can also increase, but take care of your sleep, because overstimulated this Mars makes this Jupiter here. So spiritual retreat, hidden planning, all these things will get activated also. So foreign opportunities, private strategy, all this behind the scene working is quite positive. But expenditures can increase, overthinking, hospital, health concerns, somebody's in the hospital, you're paying the bills, all that you have to see in your personal chart if there is anything matching up or not. Now we are entering the Agni Nakshatram of Surya, that is from Bharani to Kritika and then lastly to Rohini for some time. So that's happening from the 4th to the 28th May. Now, you must guard against heat. Any which ways you are a water sign, so acidity, emotions, sleep, you need to take care. And this is a good period for cooling foods, water, charity, buttermilk, coconut water, and reducing anger, because Sun is in your 10th house also. So avoid major housewarming, property rituals, marriage ceremony, construction, launch, or maybe some kind of rituals that even you can do the homam and all, but these rituals should be avoided. And no ego battles. Okay, so recite Om Chandraya Namaha, offer milk or white rice, pray to Shiva, Goddess Durga, Parvati, donate water, buttermilk during Agni Nakshatram, hydrate, maintain sleep, avoid spicy food, journal everything well, and don't react when hurt. So Cancer natives, this week moves from emotional sensitivity around children and love and work into health correction and then into relationship maturity. So stay calm, practical, and kind with yourself, please. Okay? Don't be overbearing. Coming to the next one, Leo. So for Leo natives, moon is going to be in your 4th, 5th and 6th house. So home and emotional base to children and romance and creativity to work, health and discipline. Also Ketu is in your 1st house and Sun is exalted in trine. So your identity and dharma are already deeply activated. So when it comes to the 4th house transit, 4th to the 5th afternoon, moon is debilitated here. So it is opposite Venus also. So this can make your emotional base sensitive. Home, family, mother, property, vehicle comfort, and inner peace become very important. So the good side about this transit of moon in the debilitation sign in the 4th house is that you may understand what is disturbing your peace. Now you'll get that clarity. Sometimes we don't realize that our friends are only backstabbing us from time to time. So that is something you will get the clarity about. And it is definitely, you can, very positive for clearing the emotional clutter, also fix home issues or become aware of family patterns. So the challenging side is moodiness, or maybe domestic tension or mother related concern or property worry or emotional heaviness or discomfort at home. You've traveled and you've come back home and there is a water leakage, you have to fix it. There's a seepage happening, so you have to fix it, or there is something broken and you have to get it fixed. Avoid arguments, create a calm environment on the home front. Call your friends home, childhood friends home especially, And mother's health also you must be taking care, though Venus is there in your 10th house, so it's good. Recovery is also evident, but Ketu and Rahu are in the 1-7 axis, so you need to take care of your relationship, you need to take care of your mother's health any which ways. Home stress may affect your work performance also. So 5th afternoon to the 7th May, just take care of all these things. And partner may need emotional reassurance, and home related expenses may rise. Chest, heart, digestion, and also sleep, emotional anxiety, these things these areas should be handled carefully. Pets may be sensitive to domestic energy, so stay calm. Then moon moves into your 5th house, your Sagittarius sign, from 5th afternoon to the 7th May. Now, this is the house of children, romance, creativity, speculation. This is a little better phase than the 4th house transit, of course. So, 5th house, it is going to be in trine to Sun and Mercury also, and Ketu also in the 5th house. So, this is good for creativity, romance, children's progress, learning mantra or teaching, performance, and confidence. This is good for artists, speakers, teachers, astrologers, students, content creators, but it is not that good for challenging side is overconfidence. Overconfidence in what? Overconfidence in relationship, overconfidence in investments, ego in romance, or being too preachy with children. So you need to be careful. Your children need guidance. You don't have to force your views, please. Okay. Strong for higher learning, philosophy, law, scriptures, exams, and creative study. Good for attraction and warmth, but ego should be controlled. Okay. Be careful in investments. 5th house is getting activated, and Mars and Jupiter are any which ways forming a connection, because Mars is looking at Jupiter in the 11th house also. So 5th house is activated, and speculation can look very tempting. Be careful, but I would suggest creative work, teaching, media, and leadership content can do well. And take care of your liver, digestion, heat, acidity, and a heart related imbalance also. Okay. Moon is going to be in the Capricorn sign in your 6th house. 6th house, it enters into Capricorn on the 8th and remains there till the 10th. So this is the house of work, health, debts, litigation, enemies, pets. So this is a practical correction phase. Now, before that, you were in the entertainment and enjoyment phase also. Now you are more in that zone where you are correcting things, you are resolving the problems, and you are actually bringing a lot of you're handling too many responsibilities also. So you can solve problems now, you can fix routine, manage debt, compete, improve health, and handle difficult tasks. You can go to the gym or maybe to perform some sports activity, so this is going to help you. But definitely workload, co-worker tension, and health negligence and due to long working hours is also evident. So just it's good for completing pending tasks, but workload will rise, so you have to be careful about yourself. And of course, avoid arguments, stay professional. Good for applying and preparing. Domestic duties may increase, take support. Okay. Your bones, knees, digestion, skin, stress, inflammation, all these energies are also quite evident. So good for repayment planning, good for legal strategy and documentation. Watch health and routine. Okay. So Mercury is combust, I must tell you. Mercury is combust and is going to be transiting from Ashwini to Bharani also from 7th May to 13th May in Bharani. And it's combust till the 23rd of May. And Mercury in Aries in your 9th house activates your good learning. It's good for learning, it's good for travel planning, teaching, spiritual study, and foreign education. But combust Mercury can create arguments in beliefs. Okay. And it's going to be in trine also, not to forget, on the 6th of May. Exact trine. So this is where, to Ketu. So this is where, you get spiritual insights and, it is, but also detachment from ego. Okay. Your question may be, what is my identity? Who's my teacher? What kind of belief system am I going to be, or the direction I should follow? And Mars is going to be aspecting Jupiter, not to forget that, which I promised I'll tell you. So this is the 11th house after all. So Mars aspect can energize gains, networks, audience, and friends, but also can create overconfidence. Good for ambition and networking. Avoid speculative group investments. And also there is Agni Nakshatram from 4th to the 28th of May, and that is where Sun rules the Leo sign also. So manage heat, ego, blood pressure, anger, acidity, and overexertion. Offer water and buttermilk and panagam to the needy, and avoid major auspicious ceremonies during this period like housewarming, etc. Okay, so the best remedy is, because your Yokara Graha is also transiting the 8th house, Hanuman Chalisa, donate water, and also morning sunlight in moderation, cooling foods, and no ego arguments. Rest when you feel that you have done a lot, so take that rest. Okay, so Leo this week begins with emotional home security and sensitivity to and opens creativity and children. Your 5th house matters, and ends by demanding health and work routine. Your power increases when ego softens. Okay, tired. Just a sec, just drink some water. Okay, so for Leo natives, okay, Leo we have done, sorry. Coming to the Virgo sign. For Virgo natives, this is the week 19 from 4th to the 10th of May, and Moon is going to be transiting Scorpio, Sagittarius, and Capricorn, your 3rd, 4th, and 5th houses. And Moon is going to be in your 3rd house, so communication and effort, home and emotional base, and children and romance and creativity gets activated. So Moon is going to be in Scorpio sign from 4th to the 5th afternoon, your 3rd house. So Moon is debilitated here. And being the ruler of your 11th house is debilitated. So this can make communication intense. You will get courage, deep research, writing, investigation, strategic communication, and serious efforts. But there can be suspicions, sharp speech, sibling tension, or nervousness or restlessness in traveling. Okay, this is good time for writing, content creation, research, media sales, but avoid emotional messaging. Handle siblings as well as neighbors very carefully. Your tone matters, your thought process matters, your emotions matter. So handle everything very carefully. Short journeys can be there. Stay alert. It can bring about some heat wave is there, so it can bring about some breakdown of the vehicle also. Be careful about all that. And small gains through effort possible during this time in finances also. And avoid intense text, and good for research and revision for students. And in relationship, as I said, you should not be impulsive in texting, in your conversation. Avoid all of that. And also revise everything really well if you're a student native. Take care of your shoulders, arms, and anxiety and digestion on this day, 4th and 5th, till the 5th afternoon. And also travel or schedule changes may affect your routine. Okay, so be prepared for all these things. I'm sure you're good to go. And also, here Mars and Saturn are also in trine, you can see. So you will become very serious in the conversations with your siblings especially. Then Moon moves into your 4th house on the 5th afternoon to the 7th of May in Sagittarius sign. Now here it is right opposite Jupiter, and then we have Moon is in trine to Mercury and Sun and Ketu also. So in the Sagittarius sign, home, mother, property, emotional peace, these are getting triggered up. Now Moon in Sagittarius is, it is going to be bringing about, and also Saturn is looking here, by the way. So this is a double transit on your 4th house. So it is good for domestic issues and, to resolve it's a blessing, and responsibility also is there at the same time. So family planning or improvement in planning in relationship, family discussions, emotional understanding, property related clarity also. But there can be stress around mother, home, property, vehicle, relocation, rent, repairs, or family duties also. Connect with your childhood friends whenever moon is in the fourth house. Connect with your own childhood. Maybe just watch a video, or some video which was like your marriage video or your childhood video, anything that peps you up. And also important discussions will be done on the home front, and take care of your mother's emotional state of mind also on this day. Partner may want emotional support as well in relationships. And if you're solo or single, then this might just be the day to trigger a relationship also. Maybe from the past, some ex relationship might just come back. And also, you students need a peaceful study space if you really want to do well. So spend more time alone rather than group study. Workload at home may increase, which can be little irritable or make you irritable also. Chest, digestion, sleep, because Ketu is in your 12th house, there can be some emotional stress that you can go through. So, and also pets related maybe you can have, because Rahu is in your sixth house. So take care of your pet's health on this day as well. Then moon lastly is going to be in the Capricorn sign from 8 to the 10th afternoon. So this is the fifth house, is about children, romance, studies, creativity, speculation, entertainment, fun. So when moon is here, you want to just take a break. I just don't want to work, like that kind of a thing. You can maybe you can be very creative, creative as in like you can just pick up that guitar that you wanted to play from a long time. So, or maybe some sports activity you can pursue also. And this can also this can make you very productive, and this is a grounded phase also. And moon is in trine to Venus also here. So this can support creativity and emotional steadiness also. Good for planning, discipline, bonding, excellent for structured study, exams, competitive preparation, and serious learning. More mature and stable and practical way of looking at your romantic partner, or maybe you might just start a relationship with a matured and a sensible person during this time. But it also makes you cold when moon is in the Capricorn sign ruled by Saturn. Good for content, designing, writing, refined output, mature thinking, and practical thinking process also. Better for long term planning and than speculation. I would suggest you should avoid also. And also it is maybe some practical health planning is happening if you want to conceive. It's better than anxiety. And digestion, reproductive health, stress, sleep, these areas should be taken care. Career wise, there can be some kind of advisory work, or maybe there can be some workload which is going to be increasing. There can be a loss of job, if at all it's there in your dasha also. So this dasha and transits are not event creators. That is why I use the word maybe. Okay, so Mercury is also combust in your 8th house, so hidden matters, taxes, joint finances, research. So this is important because Mercury rules your ascendant lord. It's your ascendant lord, so it can bring about deep thinking, also anxiety at the same time. 8th house Mercury is not the dosha or a problem ever. But still, it can bring about some misunderstandings because of your maybe communication, and that too in joint finances, obsessive thinking, or maybe some hidden fears. Astrology, research, finances, taxes, investigation, for all that, it is definitely positive. Ego battles you can have with your own people, or at the place of work with your subordinates or your bosses also. Just don't get into that zone. Don't think that you will get that kind of appreciation from the place of work. Your own people might just not favor you. So Mercury is in trine to Ketu also, the 8th house and the 12th house connectivity. So this is strong for spiritual research, dream insight, detachment from fear, but avoid secretive communication also. Mars is going to be aspecting Jupiter in the 10th house at the same degrees on the 5th and the 6th May. So it is good for ambition, action, and challenging for authority conflict though, but also it will energize your career, but also pressure with bosses. So that is something you have to be taking care of. And we have Agni Nakshatram this week, which is very powerful window between 4th to the 28th of May. Now, this period can bring nervous heat, digestion issues, anxiety. So, avoid over analysis, spicy foods, and excessive screen time. Use cooling routines and recite Om Buddhaya Namaha. Donate green salads or green leafy vegetables. Pray to Vishnu, Lord Vishnu. Offer water during Agni Nakshatra as charity to others, and write before reacting. Simplify food, organize documents, reduce caffeine. Okay, so these are the good things to be done. And also for students, yes, student natives are going to be doing really well, but you have to study in isolation because your fifth house is getting activated also this week. So don't study in group. Okay, and as far as competition is concerned, Rahu is there, so there can be that the exam that you're entering into, it'll be really unconventional. Any kind of competitive exam, or maybe it's lengthy, or you just lose your focus. So for focus, I must tell you what you should be doing. You should actually, be you should actually be making this swastika and pasting it in front of you, and one of the dots you can focus on. If you focus on one of the dots, I can assure you it will bring in focus, and I do it for myself. Even if I treat myself as student only always, so it can bring in focus in your life. You will maybe you will start with few seconds, then minutes, and then it goes on. So before starting your studies, just focus on one of the dots. This is the swastika that you should maybe take a printout from the internet and paste it in front of your on your workstation, on your study station, and just paste it there on the board. And just for a few minutes, just focus on this. Even if you can't do it for a few minutes, just for a minute if you can start with, you definitely are good to go. Okay. So Virgo, this sharpens your communication this week, brings home matters into focus, and finally supports children, studies, and creativity. But your ruler Mercury asks you to think deeply without overthinking. Okay. Now coming to the next one, that is Libra. Okay. So for Libra natives, this week Moon is going to be transiting your 2nd, 3rd, and 4th houses. Okay. Mercury is combust, is also going to be in exact trine to Ketu. Okay. And Mars will be looking at your Jupiter. Venus is already in your 8th house, because of which the trouble is Venus being in the 8th house. Anyhow, I'll tell you everything. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th houses are getting active. 4th to the 5th afternoon, Scorpio sign is getting activated. So money and speech to communication and courage to the 4th house, home and emotional grounding. So Venus, your Lagnesh, is in the 8th house, opposite Moon to start with. So relationship, joint finances, hidden emotions, and intimacy are important. In the 2nd house when Moon transits, okay, this can make speech, money, and family issues very sensitive. It's said that when Moon is debilitated in your 2nd house, you don't get timely meals also. You're working too much. You're working really hard. Okay. So this is what, is the key theme on this day. So it's but good for deep financial awareness, clarity about values, ability to cut waste, and also harsh speech, emotional eating, family tension, insecurity about money comes in. And also you should review your savings. Family expenditures might increase. Avoid speculation, and family conversations can be really sensitive on the 4th through the 5th. I think you should take it easy on these 2 days. Don't get into any kind of verbal confrontations. And also speech is very important. Avoid sharp words, and money and family may trigger emotional reaction on this day. Any which ways, this is the 8th house from your 7th, so it can create some issues in your relationship. I don't mean only married couples. I mean anybody in your life who is right opposite you. It could be your mother, it could be your father, it could be your teacher, it could be your mentor, it could be your guru, it could be your children, it could be anyone right opposite you. So the karma that you have to quit with, it's a opposite thing that I'm talking about, other than you. So that is why, in relationship you have to be very careful. There can be some sensitive conversations also. And money matters and family matters can trigger emotional reaction. Take care of your throat, mouth, digestion, sugar, anxiety on the 4th to the 5th. And also, family distraction is possible. Watch food routine for your pets also. Saturn and Mars are in your 6th house. Okay. Then Moon moves into your 3rd house on the 5th afternoon to the 7th of May. Now, this is more active. Okay, Moon opposite Jupiter, okay, is also in trine to Ketu, Sun, Mercury. So, and Saturn is also aspecting the zone. So, there's a double transit in your communication, courage, short travels, siblings. Always remember when there is a double transit on any of a place. So, your PR, visa, these communication, ideas, confidence, these are going to increase. Maybe you will be very blunt during this time. You will definitely get those breakthroughs now because your 3rd house is getting active. So good for writing, media, teaching, content creation, client outreach. Also, some small gains through efforts. Communication improves if ego is controlled. And also good for skill learning and revision if you're a student especially. Okay. So short travels are likely, but do remember this is the house of siblings, neighbors, friends, your core circle. This is the invisible half. So now you will definitely get that, those meaningful, you will be in that meaningful zone of life. So you will get that clarity now. What do you really want? So you are the deciding one. What do you really want? It's you who has to take a call because Jupiter is right opposite this, so the wisdom prevails ultimately. Okay. And also good for mantra and meaningful conversations. As I said, take care of your shoulders, arms, nerves, digestion. Okay. Then Moon is going to be in your 4th house. Now, 4th house, Moon is a little uneasy. It's home, property, vehicle, emotional peace, where Moon is on the 8th to the 10th. So this is a grounding phase, I would say. Moon doesn't do that great in the 4th, 8th and 12th houses because Moon is very emotional here. So, and it is in trine to Venus also. So this can support property matters, home matters, comfort, emotional stability, but there may be some heaviness also, So good for organizing and calming domestic energy. Support may be needed from your mother. You will get that support, or maybe you'll be conversing something very important and significant on this day with your mom. 8th to the 10th, and maybe you'll be making some important decisions also for relocation in case you have to. Also good for reviewing, planning, avoid major rituals because if you're purchasing any property, vehicles, etc., avoid Agni Nakshatra time frame from 4th to the 28th May. This is not a very positive time for rituals. Career-wise, home and work balance improves. Good for mature domestic conversations in relationships. If you're solo, single, you might just connect with someone during this time also. Good for mature domestic conversation. As I said, in relationship, you might just find a very mature partner also. And chest, sleep, digestion, emotional heaviness, you have to take care of all these. And if you are a homemaker, productive for home management, but avoid overburdening yourself. Okay. Mercury is combust in your 7th house, house of marriage, relationship clients. And also whenever your Lagnesh goes to the 8th house, there are revelations. When you say that your partner is going to the strip clubs, it is the revelation time now. Now you will get the clarity why this is happening, how this is happening. You have not even thought of certain things which are still undercover. You don't even know, might be revealed because Lagnesh is in the 8th house. Deep house, revelation house. Okay. Mercury can create arguments. That is something you have to avoid. Keep mum, keep silent. Thankfully, Mercury is your ninth lord in the seventh house. So this is forming the trinal and Kendra connection also. But at the same time, 12th lord also. So this can create some misunderstandings as well. Ego battles can happen. Mercury is in trine to Ketu also, exact trine on the 6th of May. So this can bring clarity about relationship and social circles also. Good for detaching from fake connections. Avoid bluntness with partner. Don't confront. I'm telling you, don't confront. This is not the right way of approach. You have to stay calm. First, build your base. You should get stronger first, and then you must take a call. What do you really want? If you can handle things, definitely you must go ahead with it. If you're financially stronger, if you're mentally stronger, then break away from your relationship. Because Venus is in the 8th house, I don't suggest that you should take a call right now. Okay, book a reading and I will guide you through, of course. Avoid bluntness with your partner right now. Okay, stay calm. And also Mars is aspecting, by the way, Mars, your 7th lord, is aspecting your Jupiter in the 9th house. So this is also, good, you have not confronted, but this is also creating some issues. That impulsiveness, Mars in the 6th house creates a lot of issues, impulsiveness also, and maybe some kind of you're getting the thoughts of breaking away from relationship, because it's in the 7th lord is in the 6th 12th places away from itself. So you have to be careful in your relationship for sure, and keep in that silent mode till the time Venus is in your 8th house. And Venus is in your 8th house till the 14th of May. It's written here on the right side. And also, Mars aspecting this zone is giving you travels, higher learning and dharma, and can create ideological arguments also. You have to be really, really patient, everyone. You have to be patient. Learn more, be wise, and avoid major property rituals, marriage ceremony, housewarming, construction launch. Focus on cooling foods, water charity, calm speech, and relationship maturity, because we are entering to the Agni Nakshatram phase also. Recite Om Shukraya Namah, donate white foods, offer water to the needy, to the ones who are working in the heat, in case you're in that kind of a place, and worship Goddess Lakshmi and Saraswati for wisdom. Okay. Track spending, avoid heated speech, cool your body and emotions, take calm walks. That's a must for you. So Libra this week asks you to balance speech, money, communication, and home peace. Your relationships improve when your words become softer and your values clearer. Okay, coming to the next one, that is Scorpio. So for Scorpio natives, this week Moon is going to be transiting your 1st house, 2nd house, and your 3rd houses. Mars is looking at Jupiter at the exact degrees, and Mercury is in exact trine this week, and Mercury is combust also. Okay, these are the transit positions, and we have Agni Nakshatram, which is from the 4th to the 28th May. Now I'll explain everything also. So to start with, we have to see the Moon's position this week. So Moon is going to be, first of all, in your 1st house, debilitation sign from 4th to the 5th afternoon, self, body. Then 2nd house, money and value, and 3rd house, communication and effort are the key themes. So when we talk about the 1st house, Moon is debilitated here, and Venus is also aspecting. So makes you emotionally sensitive, especially in relationships. But it is good for starting a new relationship, deep intuition, self-awareness, emotional truth. You will get to know who's who. And also it is good for a strong relationship, and maybe, intimate relationship also. You can have mood swings. Now the cycle has just started, by the way, because Moon, when was in the 12th house last week, it was the end of the cycle. So now you are going to be actually starting something new. It can give you mood swings. You can be very emotional, possessive, suspicion can come up, but at the same time, it is giving you that clarity also, what you really want in relationship, what you want in your life. It is good for a parent's change. Maybe you can go for a makeover also. Health is on high priority. Watch hormones, digestion, inflammation, sleep, anxiety, etc. when moon is debilitated in your first house. But it also gives you deep intuition and emotional truth as well. As I said, avoid testing people emotionally. And don't expect that everybody has to be emotional. If you are, don't react to workplace stress, okay, because Ketu is in your 10th house any which ways. Avoid emotional spending on the 4th and the 5th. Avoid because mind is intense, so don't get distracted, when you are studying. Good for research. And maybe your pets are also moody, so keep the routine and atmosphere very calm. The surroundings should be very calm. And it's good for shadow work and healing, if you are into any kind of behind the scenes or healing jobs also, okay. So this is what. And then moon is going to be in your second house, and that's happening on the 5th afternoon to the 7th of May. Moon is going to be in your second house, means finance, family, speech, food. And it's right opposite Jupiter, and Saturn is aspecting. Mercury and Sun are in trine. Ketu is also in trine. There's a lot of heaviness on the Sagittarius sign. So Saturn can make you very serious, and Jupiter is going to be bringing about focus on family and money, also food, sweets. So be careful about that. Good for budgeting, savings, family finances, dues, and also avoid speculation. This is a good time for agreements. You have to sign some agreements. You can. It's very powerful window for your communication enhancement, and you can be very blunt also. So that is something you should be avoiding. But yes, maybe you're bold, so you're going to be very serious, and you're going to be in that position where people will be listening to you. Oh, I have this idea, I'm going to be doing this. Discuss it with your family and you're good to go. Important discussions, financial discussions also will be discussed. And salary payment topics may arise at the workplace. You want some increment or growth or maybe some transfer, so you can do it on the 5th to the 7th. This is a good time. Some important discussions may take place. Food habits, throat, digestion should be taken care of. Good for memory and structured study if you are a student native. Okay. And lastly, it is going to be in the 3rd house of yours. So 3rd house is from the 8th to the 10th, and it is in the Capricorn sign. It is in trine to Venus also. Venus supports communication, effort, and practical movement. So good for outreach, meetings, writing, media, content, sales. Career wise, it's a good transit for you. Short travels happen, so that is because you have some work related travel. So conversations improve if you're patient, okay, with siblings, neighbors, friends, core circle of yours. You might just meet somebody significant on this day. As regards to your travels, this is going to bring about some short journeys, and you'll be meeting your partner maybe, and you're taking a partner out on a date or something. So small gains through efforts definitely quite likely. And communication becomes steadier in your relationship also. Actually, communication is the key. Don't keep things to yourself and think that, oh, that person will understand automatically. How is it possible? And it is good for student natives also, skill enhancement wise. You're going to be very focused now. Take care of your shoulders, arms, nerves, and also dryness, because moon is in the dry sign of Capricorn, Saturn ruled sign. Now, Mercury is combust. Mercury combustion is in the Aries sign, which is the enemy's sign. So it's good in a way, you'll be really good in solving the problems, getting into details, communication, analytical skills. Don't criticize yourself though. But combust Mercury can create a workplace arguments and health anxiety also, because it is in trine to Ketu as well. Okay, that is something you have to take care of your pet's health also. And Mercury is in trine, so this can bring sudden career or health realization also. Good for cutting unhealthy work patterns. Maybe now you will say, I have to do this, now I have to start working out. So avoid bluntness with bosses. Mars is going to be aspecting Jupiter, as I said initially, that it is going to be in the 8th house exact aspect on the 5th and the 6th of May. So this can energize your research oriented mindset, hidden finances, transformation, and can also trigger sudden stress around joint money. Some suspicion can happen, but still it is not that bad. Take care of yours if you're a student. So this is a good transit, I would say. Now there is an Agni Nakshatram. Agni Nakshatram is from the 4th to the 28th of May. Now, what is that? When Sun is entering the nakshatras of Venus and Sun, that is Kritika, and a bit of Rohini also. So, this is like, a phase when you should do some kind of water charity, control heat, anger, inflammation, and secret stress. Avoid major rituals and property purchases, launches, and try donating cooling drinks, or jaggery water or milk and ruafza, as we say, some kind of sharbat, you can just offer to the needy, to the ones who are working in the heat. Hanuman Chalisa is the key for you guys, and offer water to Lord Shiva. Donate water to the ones who are working in the heat, as I said. And also, for the ones who are not able to follow these rituals or don't understand this, daily movement is a must for you guys. Some daily routine should be there, that I have to work out, I have to move. No late night emotional interrogation or financial documentation. Avoid all of that and you're good to go. So Scorpio, this week begins with emotional intensity but ends with stronger communication and courage. Use depth for healing, not suspicion. Okay. And for the homemakers, yes, there is a lot of energy at home. You're not able to compensate, or maybe you're not able to take care of your health because there's lots going on on the home front. There is a foul smell in the house. You should just fix it because Rahu is there. And also, always empty your dustbin or waste bin on time, because if you keep collecting the garbage, it is going to rot and it is going to stink. Declutter your environment, and that's something which is going to help your upkeep. Okay. Coming to the Sagittarius sign, Moon is going to be transiting your 12th, 1st, and the 2nd houses this week. Mars is going to be aspecting Jupiter at the exact degrees on the 5th and the 6th, and Mercury is going to be in trine to Ketu on the 6th of May also. We have Agni Nakshatram from 4th to the 28th May, which I'll be explaining in a bit. So this is what is happening this week. Now, Moon is going to be on the 4th and the 5th in your 12th house. Now, 12th house means is the end of the cycle. That means release and rest to self and clarity and money and family. That is what the key themes are. Now, 12th house is about sleep, expenses, isolation, foreign lands. Now, whenever Moon is there, it is debilitated also. You become very emotionally sensitive. Now, what is happening? Moon here is the end of the cycle. Moon has transited through all signs and now it is coming to the 12th house. That means you actually have to go away from the chatter. There's lots going on. You've heard a lot. You've done a lot. What is the correction that I have to make? What is it that I have to do things right? When Moon is here, it's a correction time. Okay, it's good actually. The me time, working behind the scenes. Dreams, expenses, emotional withdrawal, these themes will get activated. Hospitals, somebody is in the hospital, you're going to be visiting. It can bring in fatigue, tiredness also, detaching energies. But it is good for meditation, rejuvenation, retreat, spa, treatment, any kind of treatment you should do it when Moon is in the 12th house. You will definitely be feeling so relaxed and rejuvenated. Some foreign planning. This is a closure time. If you have to quits, if you want to call a quits with someone, or you want to take some recovery, from money recovery from someone, so you should do it on the 12th house Moon. So some kind of background work, working behind the scenes can happen. Financially, you need to watch for expenses because expenses can increase, and you need your space in relationship also. So this can be taken as, you're isolating yourself, you're not taking care of me. All those themes will also play out. You need to take care of your sleep, feet, anxiety, immunity levels also, health-wise. And also it is going to give you that foreign journey maybe, you're traveling. So that's 4th and the 5th. So very strong for spiritual pursuits and spiritual growth also. Then Moon moves into your 1st house, and this is the beginning of the cycle again. You have reviewed, okay, I have to do this, I have to do that. Maybe there's a presentation, there is some kind of, some kind of teaching, or you're working on some TED talk or something, or maybe there is a, there is a conference that you have to attend. So when moon is in the first house, now you're ready to go. It is like a beginning of the new cycle, and that's happening from the 5th afternoon till the 7th. It's like body, identity, confidence that is going to boost up. And Jupiter is also there in your 7th house. Saturn is looking at your first house. And then there is a Ketu in Trine. Sun and Mercury are in Trine. So this is going to bring about visibility, emotional clarity, and relationship reflection also. If you're single, you will get married or you will find the potential partner. But I would say between 4 to 28, avoid getting married. I have seen people getting married also if there is a strong yoga in your chart. But as a ritualistic person, I say that avoid these phases. And of course, we do have the Muhurtas, Tatkalik Muhurta. I'm very good at it, by the way. Not that I've learned it hard way, so I know, so I can do it. So I'm not overconfident, but I'm confident that I can do Muhurta readings really well. If you're looking for some changes, so you must seek my team, and you should drop an email at vlastrology24@gmail.com. They will respond back to you, and it'll be sent on the email to you, if you want a Muhurta reading. That's auspicious timing. So when we talk about the moon in the first house, so this is really very good for a relationship. It can trigger, but getting married, as I said, is not auspicious timing. Energy improves, but don't overdo when moon is in the first house. Good for interviews, teaching, consulting, leadership, conferences, TED Talks, as I said. Partner mirrors your emotions when moon is in the first house, as is Jupiter is looking here. So good for planning, good for future plans. What do you want to do? Strong for higher learning. That window is also opening if you're a student native, and good for conception, childbirth, in case you are already on that way. You will get better clarity on your finances and investments also. But at the same time, Saturn is looking at the zone. Mercury is combust, so you should be taking it easy. But Venus is in Taurus, so you will definitely be gaining also in your finances. Dharma rises. Jupiter is looking at your first house. Also, then moon goes into your second house on the 8th till the 10th. That is Capricorn sign. Family, speech, and money. Food, family, finance, to be precise. So good for budgeting, savings, practical income planning. Okay. Matured conversations with your partner, family members, what you have to do. Maybe you want to start a sidekick or startup. So you're just, enhancing yourself. You're exploring now. You're discussing. Matured conversations will help. Don't make hasty decisions also, because moon definitely is a hasty planet. So serious but useful speech is the key. Food discipline is required, because you might just not get the food on time also. Salary payment discussions, career-wise, any kind of hike or anything that you want at the workplace, you have some tasks to complete, so you can discuss with your co-workers also. No office politics, please. And also it is good for planning your long-term investments, etc. But don't get into the speculative mode. Mercury is combust in Aries sign, okay, which is your 5th house. Your 10th lord, your 7th lord is combust, but it is definitely triggering your 10th and the 7th houses also. So it is good for romance. It might just trigger some romance at the place of work, but it can also make you little uncomfortable at the place of work. Maybe you are very good at creative ideas and studies, but there can be some risky decisions that you can make also. Risky and uncalled for decisions. So that is something you have to be careful about, and don't get into any kind of speculation, and don't make any impulsive romantic decisions also. I must tell you, Mercury is going to be at the exact degrees in trine to Ketu also on the 6th of May. Now this is going to give you in spiritual intelligence, mantra, higher learning, children related clarity. Avoid pride in knowledge. And Mars is looking at your Jupiter also at the exact degrees on the 5th and the 6th May. So this can give you strong energy, courage, initiative, but also overconfidence. But in relationship, it can trigger some kind of argument, and you might just have to take things easy. But Jupiter is there. Jupiter is the wisdom, the wiser one. So you will ultimately, the wisdom wins. Okay. So Agni Nakshatra is on the 4th till the 28th of May. Now, what is Agni Nakshatra that I am talking about? Agni Nakshatra is when sun enters a particular zone, particular nakshatras. That's the peak heat time, heat wave happens. So when sun is in Bharani, Kritika, a little bit of Bharani and little full Kritika and little bit of Rohini, then there is heat wave. So what happens, you should avoid any kind of rituals during this time, like purchase of property, construction, laying foundation, building construction, house construction, renovation, marriage. You can fix the marriage, but you should not get married, because this is the time when actually it is something, because it's so hot, you should not trouble the labor class. Or maybe, if you get married, how will you call the, it's nowadays everything is under one roof and AC is there, everything is fine. But still, earlier times in villages, when people used to get married, so it used to be called off, because during this time period it is very hot, and everything used to be in open, gatherings used to be in the open, so, and food used to get spoiled. So people said that this is the Agni Nakshatram, it's the fire time, it's very hot, so we should avoid any rituals like these. So that is the reason these people made this, and the priests used to avoid any kind of homam and all also, because they used to feel hot as well. So recite Om Guruve Namaha, donate yellow food to the priest, and also water. Charity is a must for everyone, and as it is for you guys, because sun is in trine also. And avoid impulsive decisions in love, investments, and sleep before decisions, track money, and do Ram prayer, Om. I say, okay, I'll recite this. Ram 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 Ram. So recite this. It's said that when you recite for 11,000 times like this, it takes around 4 to 5 hours. I do it whenever I feel very low. I do this. I sit in one place and I start reciting this, and I tell everybody, stop doing everything, don't disturb me. So this is what has really, really, really power. That powerful ucharan. So you can just recite it whenever you feel down and out. So this is what, so Sagittarius this week moves from withdrawal to self-renewal, and then financial grounding. Your wisdom works best when you combine faith with discipline. Okay, coming to the next one, that is Capricorn. So for Capricorn natives, this week moon is going to be in your 11th, 12th and 1st houses. Mercury is going to be exactly in trine to Ketu on the 6th, and is combust also, and Mars is going to be looking at this Jupiter on the 5th and the 6th exact degrees. Okay, now what does all this mean? So let's start with moon's ingress. Moon is going to be in your 11th house on the 4th and the 5th afternoon. So now gains and networks. To 12th house, rest and release. 1st house, self and responsibility, and the cycle begins. Now when moon is in the Scorpio sign, debilitated in your 11th house, now this is the house of gains, friends, and income and desires. I wasted my time. So you're feeling uncomfortable because of that also. So irregular gains can be there. You've invested, you're not getting that kind of funds that you expected. But yes, good side is that you get clarity about your networks, which person, who stays and who goes, future goals, income strategy, all that clarity you will get. But it's better. It's like, once bitten, twice shy. So now wake up. Then it is good for gains through promises. Maybe you had committed something to someone and you did it, so you definitely will be in that win-win situation. But don't depend on promises or over commitments. Networking is definitely useful for you. It is power for you. So government related tasks or anything to like meeting some influential people, that is also going to trigger. Also choose mature people, sensible people as friends, who actually uplift you, who guide you through, rather than who are into the fun and entertainment only, confining to that. No, you need those kinds of people who are, because you're a Capricorn rising after all, so you need those mature people. There can be some stress from expectations. Maybe there was a PR visa, etc., you were waiting for, or a result you were waiting for. It might just be delayed, or maybe it is like something is amiss, so you have to redo it or something. Okay, but it's definitely dependent on your personal chart, in case we are asking specific questions. But still, for students, it's good if you are doing any kind of group learning during this time, but not don't get distracted also. Okay, then and of course in the 11th house, it's about fulfillment of desires, it's about investments, so some message coming in, so you're eagerly waiting for something, some good news. Then moon moves into your 12th house on the 5th afternoon till the 7th. 12th house is the end of the cycle. Moon has transited through the whole zodiac, and now it comes to the 12th house, the last house. So last house is the house of sleep, expenses, hospital, isolation, foreign lands. It's the loss of self. Okay, because it is the 12th from the 1st. It doesn't mean that it is literally loss of self, but it is just that you want that me time. Okay, you've done enough, you've spent a lot of time with people, now you want to go in that isolation mode. Or maybe you have to work behind the scenes, there's a presentation that you're working on, or you're connecting with some foreign clients or something, you're busy. That can also be the reason. Or maybe you're reviewing what you did, what you didn't, how you can improve, all that. Either or can also trigger when moon is in the 12th house. And also, this is an inward phase, remember. You need that me time, you need that isolation zone. So when moon is right opposite Jupiter, Saturn is looking here, and also Sun and Mercury and Ketu are also in trine. So there's a lot of responsibility on you, on your head. And maybe you will, because of this responsibility, you grow spiritually also. You're doing for others, you're focused on others. Expenses may rise. There can be some sleep anxiety, feet related troubles, or fatigue. It's good for planning quietly. Don't utter. I have seen when you are planning something and you share it with someone, it's like it burns off. So never ever share. It's a superstition, maybe you can call me superstitious, but I have witnessed it myself. Whenever I'm trying to do, or I tell that I'm doing this, I have seen it doesn't happen. Suppose I'm going live also, if I tell somebody that I'm going to be doing live today, unplanned lives especially, I have seen something or the other keeps happening. There's a internet glitch, or maybe there's the audio is not on, something or the other happens. So that is why I'm saying, see, there are certain things that we can definitely avoid. So just keep it to yourself. Big deal, isn't it? So it's a quiet planning, and then once you do it, then show the world, yes, I did it. So now it's a me time. You need space in relationship also. Intimate relationship can happen because it's a house of bed pleasures also. But for visa, PR, etc., you need to check the documents really well. Planning is going on. And then once moon is in your 3rd house or in your 1st house, it might just be that you will go for the PR visa, etc. also. Strong for retreat and prayer. It's a very good time for reviewing your energies, how you can come forward, and how you can rejuvenate yourself, reinvigorate yourself. Go for a spa treatment, go for a relax. If you can't, just go for a walk in the under the open sky. It's okay. In the night, especially in the evening, just go for a walk. You will feel so much better. Moon will be in your 1st house in the Capricorn sign on the 8th to the 10th. Now when moon is in the 1st house, the cycle begins, because after the 12th house, the introverted you, now you're in the limelight. Whatever you were planning, now you're going to bring it forward. So moon in your lagna is also in trine to Venus. Can you see? It's in trine to Venus. Venus is in Taurus sign. So this is activating this trine also. So you are going to be working towards your responsibilities, your finances, your growth, your work, your career. You're getting that practical clarity now. And if you are student native, this is definitely very positive for you for planning your for future goals, your studies, for even for the homemakers. This is a very positive transit. If you want to buy certain things, suppose you want to buy a mixer, grinder, etc., so you can do it on this day. More practical clarity you will get in finances. You may appear serious in relationship, but it is good if you are very particular about your communication. Okay, so say it, but don't get into any kind of ritual, purchase of property, laying foundation, renovation, marriage, etc., because we are entering Agni Nakshatram also. And be more disciplined if you're a student native, and take charge of your duties if you're a homemaker, and make some practical choices in your investments also. Take the help and advice of the right kind of people. Now is like the correction phase. Okay, I've done this, now I have to just review everything and move ahead. You can be very emotional also. There can be some heavy workload or mood swings also, being the 7th lord in the first house. So this can be a phase where you'll connect with your partner, or maybe you will be taking a partner or your relations, close near and dear ones out for dinner. And Mercury is in your 4th house, combust Mercury. So this is good for planning property, repairs, home setup, but there can be some arguments and domestic arguments and rushed documents also. So reread the documents before signing, starting an education plan. So just see that you are taking good care of all these energies also. Mercury is going to be in the trine, exact trine on the 6th of May to this Ketu. So deep insight into home, family karma, property, inheritance, and emotional roots. Avoid sudden family conflict because Ketu detaches you. And Mars is going to be aspecting Jupiter on the 5th and the 6th, at the exact degrees. So this is like, going to be energizing your work, health, debts, litigation. You will get that clarity now. You might just be very aggressive, but at the same time action oriented, goal oriented, and you will be working out and taking care of your problems also. You'll be good at problem solving. Now challenging for stress and inflammation, so take care of that, but it's good. Now avoid property rituals because Agni Nakshatram is when Sun is entering the nakshatra of Bharani, Kritika, and little bit of Rohini, little bit of Bharani, Kritika full, and of course Rohini. So this is the peak heat season. It's very hot. So what happens? People avoid rituals, property rituals, housewarming, construction, launch. So this is good for disciplined routine and cooling the body and water charity. Eat very mild and simple foods and not non-oily, non-spicy. So Om Sham Shanishcharaya Namaha chants, donate sesame, food, or Hanuman Chalisa you can recite, do water charity, very good for you guys. And also, sleep well, write your expenses, and slow down before property decisions. Capricorn, this week moves from gains to retreat and then self-renewal. Don't chase every outcome. Stabilize yourself first. Okay, coming to the Aquarius sign. So for Aquarius, moon is going to be in your 10th, 11th, and 12th houses. So whenever I say when moon is in your 4, 6, and 12, 4, 8, and 12, sorry. So that is when you should, these are the careful windows. Now when moon is in your 10th and 11th, very good. Lastly, it is going to be in the 12th. So I'll explain what you have to do and what you don't have to do. So this is the week 19th, which is starting from 4th to the 10th. And this week moon is going to be in your Scorpio sign on the 4th and the 5th. In the 10th house. So the 10th house means it's career, reputation, authority. So career is emotionally you're involved emotionally, or you're emotionally sensitive about your career when moon is debilitated and in the 10th house. And it's good for professional insight, serious career review, transformation. But at the same time, there can be some pressure from the boss's side also, or public stresses there, or fear of judgment. Because what happens when moon is debilitated, it actually clouds your emotions, and also, you start reviewing everything emotionally. You don't think about the practical aspect when moon is in the debilitation sign. And in the 10th house also, you're looking for appreciation, you're looking for the work to be done, you're looking for everything to fall in place. But it takes time, and you get a little stressed out also for that reason. But 10th house transit is not bad. And important responsibilities you get. Some project finishes, another one comes in. So it's good. Celebrate what you have completed and close. And avoid emotional decisions, I would suggest. Income linked to work performance, and it'll enhance it. Mars and Saturn are also in the second house, by the way, in trine to this moon. So you need to take care of your savings also. Stay calm with your bosses. Don't be argumentative, and don't push decisions. Oh, you have to. Don't impose. Okay. Stress, knees, fatigue, blood pressure, all these issues, either or, can also trigger on the 4th and the 5th. Responsibilities feel heavy for the homemakers. Thankfully, Venus is Digbali, so it is a yoga karagraha. You are going to go for some spa treatment, facial, whatever you like doing, massage. Venus is in your 4th house. So maybe you're beautifying your place, you're renovating, you're working on your beautifying your place, and maybe fixing it. Then moon is in the Sagittarius sign on the 5th afternoon to the 7th May. It's the 11th house of gains, friends, networks, desires. Now moon here is opposite Jupiter, aspected by Saturn also. So this is activating the zone, double transit is happening. So this gives seriousness in relationships. You really want to start some new business, relationship, you meet a partner, you a matured and a sensible partner you will get. It is also going to be giving you gains through networks, also in financial growth also. And also collaborations and audience growth happens. Career wise, it's a very good time. And also you might meet some influential people on this day. There's a party and there's a gathering, and you are discussing something very important and significant. Useful support, but avoid over expectation in friendships in your circle that you're moving around in. It's good for group learning. If you're a student, you will be successful. And in relationships, social connections may influence love life. You're spending more time out than with your family members. So you need to strike a balance here in this week especially. And also, this is a good time for getting that kind of news that you were waiting for from last week. This is a good time for starting a new business also. Good for conception. But at the same time, laying foundation to your house, marriage, any kind of decision which is very significant, avoid between 4 to the 28, because we have Agni Nakshatram. Agni Nakshatram is work on your health and your mood swings, because heat, it's a peak heat time. So mentally also you have to be calm, you have to be cool. So you need to drink and eat very mild and light foods and cooling foods. Okay. And also moon is going to be in your 12th house also this week, so which is the house of expenses, sleep, isolation, foreign lands. So moon is also in trine to Venus. So Venus is giving you a lot of relief here. Now when the cycle comes to an end, moon goes to the 12th house. So it's like reviewing what has happened and what hasn't. What do you have to do, what you should have done. So you're reviewing and you're regretting also. Oh, I should have done this, I shouldn't have. So all these things will run into your mind when moon is in the 12th house. So some hidden expenses happen, some kind of anxiety, somebody is in the hospital you have to cater to, or you have to go for meditation though. It's like, you're going to be working behind the scenes. You're that's a me time, the lonely time, or isolating energies, as we say. So you're going to be working on yourself, and it is that calming impact. And also, when you're alone, it doesn't only mean that you're very depressed. It can be that you were busy also. You're working for yourself. Maybe you're preparing for a presentation, or there's a lecture that you have to deliver, so you're working on that. So you're preparing, right? So, or maybe there's a project that you're working on and you have a presentation to present to the bosses tomorrow, so you're working on it. Okay, that's happening from the 8th to the 10th. So you are preparing yourself, for the upcoming week, because the new cycle will begin and moon will be with Rahu. So strong for meditation also. It's good for your me time. It's good for your spend the lone time and reviewing everything. Okay. So that is what is moon in the 12th house. Have a good connectivity with your people, your own people. But you see, it's like you need that space. It might just trigger intimate relationship also with your partner. Also, it's a definitely good week for the homemakers, I must tell you. For student natives also, if you're traveling overseas, this is a good time period. And Mercury is in your third house, is combust also in Aries, and it is about communication, siblings, and travels. So it is good for writing, media, and courage, but you can have impulsive speech, or maybe you are going to be, while writing something or documentation wise, you make some mistakes. So work on those and you're good to go. Mercury and Ketu are going to be in trine to each other, on the 6th of May, exact trine. So this means that it is going to be little difficult in relationship. You can have you can be blunt, you can have some conversations which can turn out to be heated arguments, and bluntness in your relationship or speech happens. So that's something you have to work on, but it's good for learning. It's good for learning something new. Okay. And Mars is going to be looking at this Jupiter from the 2nd house to the 5th house. So 5th and the 6th is very good for creativity, children, conception, romance, investments, and but avoid speculation, of course. Jupiter is looking at your 11th house. So fixed deposits, mutual funds, something where you know that sure shot, yes, you will get that money. Now we have Agni Nakshatram from the 4th to the 28th of May. Very rarely people talk about it, but it's a very, very important time period, because people are not supposed to perform any kind of rituals like marriage, purchase of property, construction of home, renovation, etc. We should avoid during this time, because this is the peak heat period. The sun is in Bharani, Kritika, and Rohini's first half, little bit of Rohini also. So sun is at its peak of the heat. The sun is just casting its impact on the planet Earth. Whichever part sun gets the earth gets the heat. So it is very hot, especially the equator, of course, if you have the countries on the equator. So that is why this is not considered to be performing anything auspicious. If you have to make decisions, of course, you can seek help and advice from an astrologer of your choice. For Mahurata, also auspicious timing, Tatkalik Mahurata that I do. So you can, of course, up to you, if you have to make any important decision. So you should use this, time frame and to book a reading with me and take the help and advice if you really need to. Then recite Shani Mantra. That's the key. Rahu mantra. Rahu is in your first house. And Om Rahuve Namaha, Om Sham Shanishcharaye Namaha, Hanuman Chalisa. Donate water or buttermilk to the ones who are working under the open sky in heat. That is water charity. Everybody should do it. Please do it. It's very hot. Reduce screen time and don't send impulsive messages, because this will spoil the relationship even further. So rest properly, take good care of yourself. So this week begins with career pressure, opens gains through networks, and ends by asking for rest, because moon will be in your 12th house. Protect your mind and choose silence over impulsive speech. Okay, that's what. Coming to the next, the last one, Pisces. Yes, for Pisces, moon is going to be transiting your 9th, 10th, and 11th houses. Mercury is going to be combust till 23rd May, is going to be in trine, exact trine to Ketu on the 6th May. And Mars is going to be looking at this Jupiter at the exact degrees on the 5th and the 6th May. Okay, so this is the key theme of this week. So to start with, moon is going to be in your ninth house. So 9th, 10th, 11th means dharma and guidance to career and responsibility to gains and networks. These houses are getting triggered. So you have Saturn and Mars in your first house in Pisces and Jupiter in your fourth, and your Lagna Lord is in the fourth house. So it is definitely your body, home, career direction, and emotional stability are highly activated. So when on the 4th and the 5th, moon is going to be in your ninth house, it is about dharma, father, guru, travel, higher studies. Moon debilitates here. So it gives you deep spiritual questioning, because it's a sign of research, deeper meaning in life. So it's good for insight, prayer, research, higher learning, pilgrimage, thinking, and also looking at the bigger picture, what you really want to do in the future. But it gives you doubts, it gives you arguments with father, guru, teachers, mentors. It can give you some travel anxiety also. But at the same time, it's good for planning, your PR, visa, etc. But check your documents. Venus is there in your third house, so it will be a protection. It's an umbrella. So important karmic conversations with father or guru is possible. Good for deeper learning for student natives, but mood may fluctuate. So you need to be focused. And spiritually, it's a very strong window to grow, and also take care of your hips, thigh region, digestion, emotional fatigue. Not a good transit for that reason only. But otherwise, very positive for learning new things, upskilling yourself. Okay, don't get stagnant and stuck. Moon will be in your 10th house from 5th afternoon to the 7th. Career, authority, public image gets activated. Moon is right opposite Jupiter and is going to be aspected by Saturn also, in trine to Ketu and Sun and Mercury also. Avoid emotional responses at the workplace, but you're definitely going to be very productive. Responsibilities will arise, and it is good for visibility also, but pressure will also be there simultaneously. You have lots on your plates, so you might just finish one thing and the other one is standing and waiting for you. Good for applying for interviews, jobs, and for homemakers, home responsibilities may feel like public accountability, but it's good if you handle things very wisely and patiently. Jupiter is in your fourth house. And also career linked to income matters. Career, home decisions may connect, but at the same time, purchasing of property, selling of property, purchasing something new should be avoided. Getting married, fixing up marriage is okay, but because we have Agni Nakshatram from 4th to the 28th of May, I'll explain in a bit. Then Mercury will be in your, and also take care of your mother's health, or maybe you're traveling to the overseas place away from your mom. Then moon is going to be in your 11th house on the 8th to the 10th of May. Now this is where moon is going to be in trine to Venus. It's going to be in trine to Venus, and this definitely is activating your social connections and future planning also. It supports social gains also. Maybe you will be partying, you'll be spending time with your friends, you're going to be discussing some future projects with your community or your friend circle that you move around in, and you will be discussing your investments also. Good for practical income strategy. Of course, gains are possible in finances. Networking and client support improve on the career front also, if you're into business, etc. Useful contracts, some useful contracts, or some friends you will be making. Friendship can support love also. Maybe you will meet someone in the party and you will propose that person. And good for future planning and group study also, if you're a student native. And for children, their future goals may become a topic. Mercury is combust in your second house. Money, speech, family. So this is very important, because your 4th and the 7th lord is after all combust. So you have to take care of your relationship. You must be very careful with your speech. Speech can be really sharp because it is the Aries sign. And money matters will be very quick. You might just make one decision and then the second and the third. It's like back to back. You're making decisions. Oh, I'll invest here. I'll save money here. I'll do this. I'll do that. Business proposal, all that you'll be discussing. So impulsive spending, impulsive decision, family arguments, harsh speech, all these should be avoided. But good for financial planning and ideas. Mercury is going to be in exact trine to Ketu also, can you see, on the 6th of May. So this is going to bring about clarity about diet, speech, depth and health, good for cutting bad habits. Avoid harsh words though. And Mars is going to be in aspecting Jupiter at the exact degrees on the 5th and the 6th of May. Now Mars is your in the Lagna, Jupiter is in your 4th house. So this energizes what? Your home, your property matters, your money, your mother, your emotional base, vehicles, domestic decisions, education decisions also. So courage to handle property and home matters. Okay, inheritance, etc. You want to divide the property and distribute. So this might just trigger that also, or maybe this happens also. Arguments at home, rush property decision, and emotional heat should be avoided. Now there's an Agni Nakshatra that I'm going to be discussing with you. Agni Nakshatram is, as per the South India, Sun whenever is in Bharani, Kritika and little bit of Rohini, it's a peak heat time whenever Sun transits these zones. So we should avoid, major decisions or auspicious decisions or tasks like homam, getting married, conception. Conception is still okay, but yes, you have to be, taking care of the heat, inflammation, fatigue, stress, etc. also. And Saturn and Mars are as it is in your first house. So avoid major property rituals or construction starts, renovation, etc. Because it's said that you should avoid because you are bothering another soul or souls. Somebody who's working, making your house, or doing some construction work, etc. in the heat. So isn't it going to add your karma? So you need to be really careful when you are giving a task to someone. Place yourself first in that person's place. Okay, will I be feeling the same way when I'm giving this task to that person? So you should just try to change places with the others, and then you will be getting that clarity, how you feel, how the other person feels. Okay, so it's good if you have to make any kind of donations of a water or cool drinks to the people who are working in the heat. That is also a way to quit your karma, of course. And practice restraint, meditate. And also, Om Guruve Namah is a good chant for you. Om Namah Shivaya, Hanuman Chalisa. And also, for Mars control, and donate water or buttermilk to the needy, okay, to the ones who are in the heat. And of course, keep speech gentle, hydrate well, don't rush property or visa papers, sleep properly. Rahu is in your 12th house, so be careful about your purchases of property, home, vehicle also. Think, review, and then do it. So this week opens spiritual guidance, 9th house, pushes career responsibility, 10th house, and then brings gains through networks, 11th house. But your health, speech, and home decisions need patience and cooling discipline. All right. So this is what is the key theme for you guys about this week. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I wish you all a very favorable Agni Nakshatram also. Stay blessed, everyone, and do share, like, and hype my videos. Stay blessed. Om Tat Sat.